empowering the growth of sustainable investments. Now, if I talk about the investment thesis, how we are looking to invest it, that we are considering only early stage startups. So before they raise the Series A, that's the stage at which we are looking at. So from idea stage till MVP or prototype stage till early traction stage, I think that's the stage when the startup will be in a pre-Series A kind of a stage, and that's the stage where we will be considering or curating deals from. The sectors which we are looking at obviously is agri-tech, because agri-tech is our strong forte, being from Pantnagar. We have a rich agriculture and technology background to us. So, and agri-tech in India is showing huge potential. There is a $30 billion market in India alone when I talk about agri-tech investment opportunities. From environment tech is another buzzing area where a lot of investments have been channelized. In the last 3 months of 2024, in the first 3 months of 2024 rather, around $240 million have been invested in environment tech. So that's another booming area where there are very promising startups and innovations coming up. So that's again in our consideration set. Food tech, obviously there are, this is a unending, undying sector wherein a lot of innovations keep coming, and they are closely linked to agri-tech as well. So that's another consideration set which we have put. Then sustainability, wherein we are, looking at not only the environment but also the economy and the society as well. So we are looking to meet the human needs without really depleting the resources which we have. So there are so many sustainable innovations which are coming up again, around which we are scouting for startups. And social impact, so that we are also not ruling out the social impact startups, because the entire premises and basis of our university is sabka apna pran hai gram abhyuday. So obviously social impact, and how do we rule out the power of societal development. So these are the sectors which we have considered in our set right now. And the investments which we are targeting in this current phase will be around 5 deals we are looking at, and they will depend in various ticket sizes, depending on the stage at which the startup is, and they will range from 10 lakhs to 1 CR. So that's the kind of deals which we are right now looking at, depending on how we are able to raise and channelize the money. So then for Pantnagar Capital, because there are a specific type of administrative expenses, that's why on closed deals we are looking to charge a success fee for this platform, so that we can keep it running, and we can keep it beneficial. So there is a minimal success fee which we are looking to charge. And for the technologies which we are looking at across these sectors, obviously Gen AI is a huge buzzword these days. There are so many transformative technologies coming out through Gen AI. SaaS is again never dying sector. Enterprise and SMB digitization, automations, and blockchain. These are the kind of technologies across which we are evaluating the startups. So this is broadly the investment thesis which we have at Pantnagar Capital. And once the slides are done, we will be open to discussion around this with you as well.
So just sorry to interrupt, Shefali ma'am. See, these are the focus from where we are beginning, but any good startup which has the potential to grow and is from Pannagarians or by Pannagarians, we are open to evaluate. I got a couple of messages on the side, so I'm just clarifying that when we are doing scouting, we are scouting openly, but this is where we see the focus is. Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, like that I just want to clarify. Please go ahead.
No, absolutely. So we don't want to roll out any promising startup which will help us grow together. So it could be across these technologies which are mentioned at the bottom as well. So we have tried to keep the list comprehensive, but yes, as Amitesh said, these are just the focus sectors, but we are not very closed to other promising opportunities. Now, talking about how this entire thing would work. So the entire process is a very, thought through methodical and very diligent process which we have worked on. So there is a sourcing of deals through our, through our alumni network. So it could be through the incubators which various peoples are a part of, or where people are investing currently, or through where they are working, if they are coming in contact with some innovative ideas. So the sourcing of deals is happening through our network, and the tied up partners which I mentioned before. So there is a deal pipeline which we are looking to create. Once we have those interests from startups with their initial pitch deck, we will the Pantnagar Capital team does initial screening, wherein we talk to the founder, we meet the founder, we try to understand the business, we try to look at the business model, we try to look at the ethics, we try to understand. So there again, I will run you through the screening criteria as well, but there is we want to evaluate that they are genuine startups and investable business ideas. So that initial screening is done by Pantnagar Capital team. Then there is a basic verification which is done of very basic documents to just verify the kind of claims they are making. So that is again done at our end. Once we are sure of all that, then we arrange a demo pitch with the founders, with the interested investors. So we will then publish the details of this deal to you all. If you all show, whoever shows interest, there is a demo pitch with the founders which we will arrange. So you can interact with the founders. There'll be the open contact with the founders. You can question the founders. You can understand their business model. You can interact with the founders and evaluate the founders. Once the evaluation is done and whoever is interested, then we can talk about the proposal or the terms of the investment. So we can help in the negotiations. We can help in standard term negotiation for all of us who are interested in investing in that particular startup. And we can, obviously, it is based on mutual consensus with the startup, with the people investing, and then we can finalize these investment terms. If there are whatever is the proposal received from the startups end, we will also facilitate negotiations with the founders of these investors. And then comes the documentation stage, wherein the term sheet, the non-legal binding term sheet, the legal binding agreements will be signed and closed. Proper documentation and verification and due diligence is done. Then comes the funding stage, wherein the investors put in money. Now the investors will put in money directly in the startup. The investors will get equity for whatever money they are putting in the startup. The investors will be on the cap table. So if I am the investor which is investing in Fruits Technologies, then I will be on the cap table of Fruits Technologies, not Pantnagar Capital. So this is that we are directly facilitating the transfer of equity in exchange of capital for the investors. Um, so that process will be done, and then the post investment process of the selected and invested startup is also important. So that's why through our network, through our resources, through our collaborations, we would like to really help the startup to grow. So wherever they need support from in various spheres of startup development, we would like to support and provide expertise and guidance and mentorship to these startups, and also expect and ensure that there are regular performance updates from these startups to the investors. So in a monthly manner, in a quarterly manner, there'll be specific updates and MIS and support short mails which you can expect and look at if you have invested in a startup. So this is the entire process, but for first time investors, I would like to re-emphasize that this is a high risk capital. This is you are investing your money into it. So if you are expecting high liquidity returns, then this is not that type of a capital. We know that all the investments, there are different asset classes of investments. One, there are FDs, there are mutual funds, there are startups. If FDs are safer bets on one side of the risk reward spectrum, then startups are on the other side. They are high risk capital. Now, there is little liquidity. Once invested, you cannot take out the money. Once invested, there is a time frame which you will have to give to the startup. In India, typically there is 5 to 10 years before you can expect any exit. The exits can be of four forms, right? One is when the startup goes public, there is an IPO. That is an exit which you can get. Okay. The second type of exit which you can get is when it is sold to a larger company, then you can get an exit. The third exit you can get is when there is a new investor, bigger investor coming in the subsequent round, and they say that I want to buy back the shares of the angel investors. And the fourth is when the founders themselves say that we want to buy back your shares at this value. So this is a very patient form of capital investing with these four chances of exit, and this exit takes time. But once this exit happens, there can be an incredible upside to it. So we people have seen 20 times to 1,000 times returns of the capital invested. So this is a high risk. It's like a statistics game that 10 डील आप करोगे तो उसमें से एक विनर हो गया तो that one winner will wipe out all your losses. So but as we know that we all can't invest only in winners, so we have to take the best bets. And that's why having a healthy deal pipeline, curating that deal pipeline, making conscious decisions, that is very important. And that is what we are trying to facilitate through Pantnagar Capital. And that's why we feel that as a network, as a community, we can leverage that very well if we are together.
Hello, I'm Rahul Chandra. Can I add little things?
Yes,
please.
Yeah. Or can you just
Sir, we will take the FAQs questions
in
the letter
okay.
in the end.
In the end. Yeah, okay, fine.
And yeah, one more point, like
please type it, just one, please type in your question in the meantime in the chat so that we don't lose track of it. Okay. Yeah. Sir,
yeah, and also what Shefali has mentioned about the exit, different options for exit, will also help our investors to give them different opportunities, like whether a big investor is raising a round, and then we'll also help in that. So it may happen in 2-3 years as well, but as Shefali mentioned, just to have that vision of 5 years and longer.
Yes. Yeah. So please be aware of the fact that it can take 5 to 10 years. White Hat Junior ने 2 साल में भी return दे दिया था. So it's a high risk business. We cannot say anything, but please be prepared for the larger time period.
There is another way of putting it, that what happens actually, that those who have stayed on for pretty long time, they have been able to catch the major benefit. Sometimes people have exited early, so they made some good returns, but not the whopping amounts of